Hi everyone, I'm Ole Magic and welcome back to the planner for the month of September. So this month is actually my birthday month, so I did decided to do my favorite Magical Girl series, which is Tokyo Mew Mew. So this one is basically a recreation of a setup that I had like 2-3 years ago. So I'm almost doing exactly the same thing that I did back then. So to starters and to cover more space, I did print out this manga cover of the Mew Mews when they're kids. This is a cover from the spin-off series, and I really like this one because it's probably the only one that actually has all the Mews included. So it has Berry and Ringo along with the other main Mews. Then on the other page I just drew my calendar, and for my dividers I did use the colors of the main Mew Mews. So that is exactly what I'm doing here. Then at the very end I just number every single square. Okay, so for this next page I'm trying almost something different every month, so I decided to do a bucket list spread, which I have done before. So basically this one I just have like a focus center, which is a sticker that I have already made, and then I'm just gonna be writing through them on my like things that I want to do. So I just wrote I want to have my first pumpkin spice latte of the year. I have to clean down my closet, and then finally I'm gonna decorate for Halloween. Since I love Halloween, I do decorate early. And then one of the other things that I'm working on is getting EV cards from the Pokemon game. Then for my mood tracker, I did the silhouette of the four animal. I did the silhouette of the four animals that the Mews represent, and then I added pudding to represent the monkey Tamarind, the Tamarind monkey. So I did the bird, the dolphin, the cat, and the wolf. I don't know exactly the names, I forgot, but I think it's like the gray wolf. I know for like by heart that's what it is. So it's just gonna be like this glass art style, and then I just drew also in their colors what each mood represents. Then to fill more space, I went back and drew the actual locket that they use. Okay, so for this other spread, I am gonna be starting with my mandatory build tracker. This is one that I need every single month. So it's very simple. It's just squares with my rectangles that I need to keep track of my bills. And then here at the back, I decided at the beginning that I want to do a planner mail tracker, but I changed it because I did have this very cool memo pads from Tokyo Mew Mew. One is from Nakayoshi and the other one's from Yellow Plump. So I decided to add those to have like a note section. So for my other side, I did a reading tracker. I've done this tracker before with very big books, so I give myself certain goals to reach, and then I will write the number of the page inside the square, and then I will color in as I go. But this one I currently only have mangas, so that's why I left the square blank. So I'm just gonna be writing the page that I stop in, if I do stop. If not, I'm probably just gonna fill that with random numbers and fill that up. And then at the end I did leave enough space to add an actual book once I get it. Okay, so the first weekly spread. So this first one is gonna be inspired by Cardcaptor, Sakura, Tomoyo, and I did went in the direction of film and like video recording and stuff like that. So what I did here, as you already see, I did drew the film strip. So I did several ones, but only the one on the front is the one that I'm actually going to be using for my days. And this one's going to be a very small week spread, so I think it's only 4 or 5 days. So those are the ones that I'm gonna be writing on. Okay, so after I'm done doing my outline, I just went ahead and wrote the actual dates. And then after that, I'm just gonna start coloring this one. You could do it black, but I wanted to keep it pastel because the sticker is very light itself. So I started with purple to represent Tomoyo, obviously. Then I did yellow for Kero-chan. Pink for Sakura, and then finally I did green for Shaoran. And then here is the sticker which I already had in the corner. This one is by ArtbyTane. Okay, this one is probably a very hard spread to do, or very time consuming, but it's very symbolic and meaningful to me. Not only it represents, or is in the week of my birthday is actually during these days. The character that won for this spread is actually Soleil, which is Mexican, probably the first person of color in the Precure franchise. I'm Mexican, so obviously I wanted to go and represent Soleil in that way. So what I did here is every single circle that you see represents something from Mexico that also represents Soleil. And then for my background, to try to cover more space, I did drew the Mexican flag. So you're gonna see it's a very clashing spread, but I feel for me it's very meaningful. Not only is a character that I really like, but it's also my culture. So I did started coloring. As you see here, this one is a cacti. Then I did a sun, because Soleil is supposed to be a sun. Then here on the 9th that you see, I actually did a piñata because that's when my birthday is, and Mexicans are somewhat very known for like having those star pointed piñatas. Then on the top I did a sunflower because that's also something that represents Soleil on the show. The little star on the bottom is actually the locket from the show, their pendant. Then you're gonna see me, the one that I go back and forth adding colors is supposed to be a maraca. It's an instrument that we use here. And then finally I did a what we call a football ball. I know a lot of people know it as like a soccer ball, but for me it's a football ball. And the only thing with this spread is every single color that I use to fill in my circles are actually a very pastel highlighter color. So that way when I go over it, as you see, I did wrote the names of the day in Spanish for this one. In a black pen, it still pops enough that it's not gonna clash with the drawing on the background. So after that whole thing is done, I actually did start coloring the flag with a very bright color, the colors of the flag, and basically that was my whole setup. Here we have the picture. This one's by baejinarts. I really like this picture. This is an original watercolor piece, and I actually contacted the artist because I was just so in love with it that I had to have it. It was an original piece, and she actually did agree to sell me the actual original. So I do have it, and I haven't been able to share it online because I've been trying to save it for this video. So now I'm probably gonna put the picture of the original piece up in my Instagram so you can go and see. Okay, so after that very complicated spread, we have a very easy spread to do. So this one I just started doing my diamonds. So this one is a Cure diamonds spread. So I did the whole diamonds to represent my days, and then then on the corner I drew, I think her name is Lance, I'm not sure, one of the fairies that's the fairy that represents diamond. So I just did that color with like those very basic Tomoyo markers, and then after that I went ahead and colored the whole background. You can leave it blank if you want, but I feel like coloring gives it more, makes it look more busy. So I just colored the whole background blue. Then after it was dry, I just went over with a Posca pen, a white Posca pen, to add dots and sprinkles and like little shinies and sparkles to the spread. Then finally, here's my sticker. This is Cure Diamond by Terra Hera _. Finally, this is my last spread. This one's inspired by Cure Chocolat, and it's very funny because as you see, my layout looks very simple, but as I went and started adding all the details, it's actually very like time consuming as well. So what I went here is my squares are given the illusions that they're chocolate bars. So you know those like snapping chocolate squares that I want, that's what I went originally with. After I did on my square, I started adding details. This heart on the bottom is actually inspired by one of the official Cure Chocolate prints or postcards. So I just drew the same heart that she has there. Then finally over here, I just started drawing like more details for my to-do list. And then I started adding stars to my chocolate bars. And then after that, I think I just outline it, everything. I would suggest doing the stars first and then coloring it, so you avoid doing that line that I left in the middle. Then the other drawing that I have here, I have 2 types of chocolate, another bar chocolate and a kiss chocolate, which is just the little drop. Then I just went in the color in my chocolates. And then as you see here on the both sides of the corners, I did left it without the line because my plan was to do like little meringues or little whipped cream details. This is probably the most time consuming one part of the whole spread. So I just went ahead and alternate the direction of the meringue basically. Okay, so after that, the last thing that I needed to do is write all my lettering. So it's power and love, exactly like she has on the picture. Then I just wrote my days of the week. And then for my long square, I decided that I wanted that one to be my groceries, since I already also have a to-do list. Okay, and here's the sticker. This one is by IamArts_Ellie, and that's it for the month of September. As always, all the information for every single artist is going to be in the description down below. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll watch you on the next one. Bye.